Today, we're going to explore a topic that sits at the intersection of midwifery, psychology, and human experience: the psychological impact of childbirth. While we often focus on the physical dimensions of labor and birth, the emotional and mental consequences are equally significant, sometimes profoundly so. Understanding this psychological process enables us, as future midwives, to better support individuals during childbirth, prevent harm, and promote their well-being. By the end of this lecture, you should be able to 1. Recognize how birth experiences influence psychological outcomes. We'll examine what makes a birth feel traumatic or empowering, how perception shapes aftermath, and why individual interpretation, not just clinical events, matters. 2. Implement supportive strategies. We'll conclude by looking at practical approaches for preventing trauma and promoting positive birth experiences through communication, continuity, advocacy, and trauma-informed care. Birth is not just a clinical procedure, it's a major life event. As Klaus and Kennel famously argued, birth has a significant capacity to influence psychological outcomes for years. Many people describe childbirth as a defining memory, sometimes joyful, sometimes haunting, and often somewhere in between. Birth experiences exist on a continuum: flow or positive experience. These births are characterized by emotional safety, connection, empowerment, and a sense of capability. Traumatic experience. A traumatic birth involves real or perceived threat to the mother or baby, accompanied by intense fear, helplessness, or horror. The distinction is not purely objective. The same event may feel routine to staff, but life-altering to the mother. Positive births can offer emotional fulfillment, increased confidence, satisfaction, and self-worth. Strengthen relationships, improved bonding with partners and infants. Resilience, a protective factor against postpartum depression and anxiety. This isn't simply about a perfect birth, it's about respectful care and support. So what makes a birth traumatic? Prevalence estimates suggest 20 to 48% of individuals report birth as traumatic, and about 3 to 6% go on to develop post-traumatic stress disorder, or PTSD, as a result. Trauma is not defined by the event alone, but by the subjective emotional response. Two identical clinical scenarios can result in entirely different psychological outcomes depending on communication, autonomy, and perceived safety. PTSD following childbirth can include intrusive memories or flashbacks, avoidance of reminders, including hospitals, discussions of pregnancy, or sexual intimacy, hypervigilance or anxiety or irritability, negative mood shifts, including guilt, shame, or detachment. These symptoms can emerge days, weeks, or months after birth. Risk is shaped by multiple elements. 1. Pre-birth vulnerability. Existing mental health conditions, a history of abuse, or fear of childbirth. 2. Intrapartum events, obstetric emergencies, instrumental deliveries, or unmanaged pain. 3. Subjective experience. Feeling ignored, powerless, or violated is often a stronger predictor of trauma than clinical complications. Quote, "Unmet expectations and poor perceived control in labor are significant predictors of trauma." Trauma birth can affect multiple domains. 1. Maternal well-being, higher risk of depression, anxiety, and PTSD. 2. Relationships, strain between partners or breakdown of intimacy. 3. Future reproductive decisions, avoidance of another pregnancy or request for elective cesarean. 4. Breastfeeding. Emotional distress may undermine confidence and initiation. 5. Bonding. Trauma can impede connection with the newborn. Some individuals develop tocophobia, an overwhelming fear of childbirth. Secondary tocophobia may arise following traumatic birth. Consequences include avoidance of pregnancy, elevated anxiety, or elective cesarean requests. So, pathogenesis to salutogenesis. Until now, much of our focus has been on preventing harm. But there is another lens, salutogenesis, which shifts the question from what causes trauma to what enables positive birth. Salutogenesis emphasizes pathogenic focus, preventing harm, salutogenic focus, promoting health, resilience, meaning, and confidence. Both are essential, but midwifery philosophy aligns strongly with the salutogenic model. Key principles include comprehensibility, ensuring information is clear and accessible, manageability, supporting birthing people to feel capable and connected to supportive resources, meaningfulness, recognizing and validating birth as significant and personal. We now turn to practical actions midwives can take to protect psychological well-being and promote positive outcomes. Strategy 1. Antenatal education. Antenatal education builds realistic expectations, facilitates informed decision-making, and prepares families for the variability of birth experiences. Strategy 2. Continuity of care. Continuity fosters trust and relational connection, enabling better advocacy and communication. It strengthens known midwife model, trusting relationship, and open dialogue. Strategy 3. Intrapartum presence. Being present emotionally and physically matters. Listen actively. Validate emotions. Provide calm, reassuring presence to support safety and agency. Birth is never just another day for the person living it. Strategy 4. Empowerment and consent. Core components are informed consent, shared decision-making, and choice and participation. Empowerment protects dignity and can significantly reduce trauma. Strategy 5. Trauma-informed care. Trauma-informed care is rooted in safety, choice, collaboration, trust, and empowerment. It acknowledges trauma, avoids re-traumatization, and supports emotional security. Strategy 6. Postnatal debriefing. A structured conversation after birth allows reflection, clarification, and emotional processing, protecting bonding and supporting recovery. To conclude, birth holds immense psychological power. Trauma is not rare and often preventable. Midwives have a profound opportunity to reduce harm and promote empowerment through presence, communication, continuity, and respect. Positive birth experiences don't just happen, they are cultivated.